Well, the countdown to Halloween is on. That's right, we're just days away from all the scary and spooky fun. And to celebrate Halloween is coming to a dance stage near you.
The Portland Ballet has some big performances coming up, including an interpretation of a horror classic. Here to tell us more is Portland Ballet's artistic director, Nell Shipman. Thank you so much for being here on Arc Maine this morning.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Of course. So first off, how exciting is it to bring Halloween to the stage?
I love it. I love to do it. Portland Ballet has a little bit of a history of bringing darker themed shows to life during the Halloween fall season. So we've done things from Jack the Ripper, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Giselle, which is the more classical rep that we have, is a drama and pretty dark in tone. So that happens in the fall. And this year we thought Dracula would be a great fit to our rep.
Well, Dracula is a bona fide horror classic. Have you approached interpreting such a well-known story on the dance stage? How do you do that?
Well, Dracula is a very large story too. There's a lot of different, when you read the original, there's a lot of characters and a lot of kind of underlining themes and side stories and things. So I had to tailor it so that we could make it manageable for a shorter amount of time and for the group of people that we had. So it's based on the classic novel, and the characters from the novel, but I've kind of shaped it just a little bit differently so it's easier to consume in ballet form.
And you have a family-friendly offering too. Tell us about Thrills and Chills.
Thrills and Chills is great. It started quite a few years ago, maybe almost 20 years ago. When we were doing one of these darker themed ballets, I thought to myself, well, none of the kids from our school are in this production, and we don't want to leave out ballet for families during the fall. So Thrills and Chills is our pre-professional and senior division students, and we've created little vignettes to very classical, well-known classical pieces of music like Night on Bald Mountain, In the Hall of the Mountain King. And just created these little stories about, a coven of witches or monsters under the bed. And you can bring your kids and your neighbors, and there's a costume parade at intermission. So it's a lot of fun.
Tell us about the performers and the work that's going into bringing this show to audiences. I love the witches, by the way, and the dances.
Yeah, well, so for Thrills and Chills, a lot goes into thinking about who our audience is, what stories we want to tell. There are some lessons to be learned in some of them, and some of them are just for, fun Halloween sake. And obviously for Dracula, it's really getting into the story and the thrill of it all, and making sure the audiences come away feeling as though they've had a great experience.
Do you feel like having these types of performances may attract a new audience? And is that part of the goal? People have never been there before?
Definitely. I think sometimes people stay away from ballet because they think I might not understand it. And what I love to do is bring people in, talk to them afterwards if it's their first time, and they say, I had no idea how accessible it was. Because communicating through movement is innate in all of us. I mean, obviously classical ballet, we have technique behind it, but I think when people come and see ballet for the first time, they think, oh wow, I get it, and it moved me, and it was really exciting. And by doing something like Dracula, where people already are familiar with it, it's easier to come and see it because they kind of know what they're about to see.
Tell us more about the Portland Ballet itself, its history, the school, the people involved, and the performance you guys put on each and every year.
So we're opening this weekend our 44th season. So we have a really rich history of great people, great artists being attracted to Portland Ballet, and a real connection to our community, which I think is why we are turning 44. The rest of the season is really full with things for everybody in our community. We have every December we have our Victorian Nutcracker, followed by New Works, which is about emerging choreographers having their voices heard from the stage. And in the spring, we're closing with the quintessential Sleeping Beauty, which is like the greatest classical ballet of all time. And our school has a lot of performances as well. Our students participate in our Victorian Nutcracker. And we have a lecture demonstration series called Building Ballets, where you can come and learn what goes into a ballet and why they are the way they are, and also their year-end show in May. So we have a really full season to present to our community.
And during the commercial break, I was asking you how long you've been with the Portland Ballet. You said 20 years. Mm-hmm. How have you seen it grow, from when you started to now?
Well, quite a bit. When I first came, it was a little bit smaller in numbers and a little bit shorter of a season, but very rapidly, we've been, like I've said, we've been attracting artists to the state of Maine for over 20 years. 3 years ago, we almost doubled the size of the company. And our school is just vibrant and continues to grow and thrive. So it's funny. I've seen it grow in so many different ways, but it's all very natural growth for such a strong for a community that has such a strong arts presence. It feels only natural to have a really powerful ballet presence as well.
Yeah, talk about crazy. You can go from the Nutcracker to Dracula and Sleeping Beauty, the same organization, right? So is this taking place in Portland or Transylvania? The Dracula show?
Yeah, not Transylvania, so that's good. It's commutable. We will be at Westbrook Performing Arts Center this weekend. It's a great venue, and we love being there, and it's a great place to experience dance.
And where can people go to learn more and get tickets?
So head over to our website, portlandballet.org. That has everything on our whole season, and you can always get tickets at our trusted box office, which is PortTix.
Yeah. Should people wear a scarf when they go in too?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bring your garlic.
I know, exactly. It sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.